It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
3 quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
I don't know about you, but I've absolutely loved his consistency throughout the season. Always good, occasionally spectacular. But right now, he's on the outside of that MVP race. What's it going to take for him to get it done down the stretch?
You're right, on the fringe. But, hey, it's Week 14. There's still a month left for him to make a lasting impression, have some scintillating plays, and then who knows?
Yeah, those scintillating plays, those splash plays, those plays we'll talk about for the next week leading up to the next game. He'll need a bunch of those down the stretch in order to win the award.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 11 carries, 6. yards and a touchdown.
Are we playing old school football now? We got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Mixon with a first down carry. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun to give to Mixon. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Taken in at the 22. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Patriots take over. So out comes the Patriots offense as they'll get their first shot at things here. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
That's that's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 13 at the Bengals' 47-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down with backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. No score after 1 on EA Sports. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it. Not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much. And I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do.
It's a pickup.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A loss of 3 yards.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
1st down, Patriots.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
A 10-yard loss.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, What's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown.
Devin Asiasi.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone. and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again.
They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
On second down, Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A good pickup there at 22.
At the 39-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. It's complete to Parker left side. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the Patriots' 34.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On second down, here's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Makes the score Patriots 7.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started out in Denver. And late in the first half, it's the Broncos who are out on top. Cortland Sutton, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. The Saints seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. 19-13 was the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just up and down line. They running a route.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back up the middle.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
All right, let's put the check mark on the defensive side of the ledger there. Really nice tackle by the man in the middle. But why was he able to get that done? Because he has 4 down linemen in front of him, 2 tackles, 2 ends. And what they often try to do is create what we call a funnel. Right to the man in the middle linebacker, who often leads his team in tackles.
And that is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. He finds his running back, Mixon.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Burrow on 3rd down. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. $39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
New England on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Right at midfield.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2 yards.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
He'll fight his tight end here, Asiasi. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, Throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Incomplete. Brings up
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10 now. Burrow. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
57. Mike, 57.
And Burrow going to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. He gets this in the hands of Nixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Auden Tate, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know, you
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick
now
off.
After the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Burrow and the Bengals down by 10. 34 seconds to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here. Starting with 1st and 10. now is Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Burrow's pass.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Results in a 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I'll tell you what, it has not been with a whole lot of frequency over the last couple of decades or so that teams have come into New England and escaped with a victory. But that's what happened here.
It almost doesn't feel real, does it?
We've seen it so few times.
That actually happened, right? We saw it. They came out of there with a win. And on the other side, in that locker room, you know what they're saying? We didn't really lose. Time just ran out on us. That's the attitude they have because they don't see it happen very often, not even sure how to handle it.
And you see some stunned faces heading for the exits here in New England. So for the Patriots, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take over.
today. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here now comes the Jets offense, and the man that will be captaining the ship at 6'3", it's Sam Darnold.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
On 1st and 10, Darnold got a man open. It's Ross. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
At the 30-yard line.
Let's go deep. Double tight, guys. Double tight. 3 down. 51.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. And he'll have a Jets first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Jets first down.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So here are the Patriots now in excellent field position to start things out. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
The ball carrier.
The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 38. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
40-yard line.
Darnold completes it, and he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 44-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Taken down at the 43.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football. Give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. And I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. With touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense.
And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Darnold down to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So that'll get him to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
At the 21-yard line.
Got his man there, complete to Gallup. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
New England.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
That's caught once again by Gallup. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
He's going to find Gallup here complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 16.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33.
33-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start up in the great state of Ohio. Miami in town to take on Cleveland. And it's the Browns who are out on top. Jarvis Landry, a touchdown reception. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. 2 touchdown passes there for Teddy Ballgame. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Falcons. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half?
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Zane Gonzalez.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
New England trotting into place on offense.
And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. He'll drop to throw. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
At the 26-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Patriot first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Down at the 15.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. Pass incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Darnold on 1st down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Now, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Check 24. Check 24.
Darnold to throw again. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 24-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
He was looking for John Ross that time. But it'll be second down.
At the 24-yard line.
Again, Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 2 yards on that play, and the Jets are going to get a new set of downs. A first down throw, Darnold throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 57.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28.
Jets 3.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, New England.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for New England, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their slim play.